Webb Carolina Riverside update. Hey, I'm Roger Holloway with Prosted Realty. Man, this has been exciting to watch, and now the dirt is moving. They're paving some of the streets, as you can see in this update picture. Hey, listen, if you're interested in this new 55 plus community, please don't reach to the builder unless you have a buyer agent. We'd love to update you. We'd like to be involved with you during the progress of this, but you got to have a buyer agent up front. And I know I'm riding a hobby horse here, but it's just important. And the price is built in for our fee into what you're going to pay. And that brings up a great question. What are you going to pay? Well, if you're subscribed to my channel, you know when they say from the low 400s, operative word being from, the low 400s, you know what that means, right? It means the 500s because by the time you pick a floor plan, and by the way, don't worry about the floor plans. There'll be plenty of floor plans. If you sign up and try to dig into that website I did today, all of a sudden they're going to have you fill out a form and all that, and then they got you. No buyer agent. So involve us, and that starts with a phone call to me. So you can't do that much with a ranch plan. You know, you put 2 bedrooms up in the front with a bath and the primary suite in the back, or vice versa, or this corner in the back and catty cornered, and there's not that much you can do with a ranch plan. You can add an upstairs, which I think is wise. Although my wife and I just moved into a 55 plus a year ago, and we bought a spec house that was in progress and did not have an upstairs. And oh, I love that because I don't have to go upstairs to bring the Christmas tree down, which is where we're at right now. Well, it's an exciting time. So they've got the lots basically in one village. They're already, you know, the pads are graded, so they do it so that the water will flow in the swales on the sides of the house to the rear or go to the front. And because the developer wants to make sure there are no water issues, as do you. And so they're working on that in this first village. This is going to be a great development. Why do they call it Riverside? Well, you know, the Catawba River runs all the way through Lake Norman, then Mountain Island Lake, and then through Lake Wiley and on down to Fishing Creek Lake, which I was at this week. And by the way, Jude did not ride on a boat this week. It was a little cool and he was misbehaving. And so I didn't want the liability of trying to keep him in order. And so we just didn't go on the boat. We can go back if we want, and they'll give us a special boat ride. But he's kind of post-training. He went off for his board training. He's different from Jack. He's got a different personality and temperament than Jack. Jack was more confident. He's a little more shy. But wait a minute, he's right here listening to me, so I got to be careful. He's sensitive. All right, anyway, back to Webb Carolina Riverside. First of all, it's right there where Belmont kind of butts up against Cramerton. Cramerton was named after Mr. Kramer, who was very involved in the textile industry, but he also had dozens of patents of his own, and he was kind of involved with Mr. Carrier from New York City, who invented air conditioning. They called it something else at the beginning, something like Mr. Kramer came up with the term air conditioning, but Mr. Carrier, and I've got a Carrier, HVAC system on my house today, goes back to my Indianapolis roots, where even though Mr. Carrier from New York City, when he invented the air conditioner, they call it something a little different. But you know, Carrier is their design team is right in Indianapolis, a very big part of the Indianapolis community where I lived for 58 years, that area. So I'm all over the map. I feel like kind of like a news reporter or like a history channel. But if you come into this area, history is so cool. Belmont, for instance, you've heard of the Jonas Brothers. Well, their dad grew up in the whole, I think it was his dad, the Jonas Brothers' granddad, I think, that was involved with the mill life there. We're a textile area, cotton, you know, and then textiles and processing and so on in this area. In fact, you can go to your linen closet right now and you'll find some Cannon sheets or Cannon towels. And Kannapolis is the city of Cannon. That's one of our suburbs on the northeast side. But I digress. I love history. And so Belmont had the Chronicle Mill. The Chronicle Mill was the very first air conditioning unit in the South was installed, again, Mr. Carrier, at the Chronicle Mill. Chronicle Mill's been around for a long time. Now, it was just purchased some years back, and I'm going to diverge over here for a second. The Chronicle Mill was purchased, and they took out all of the, they repurposed the mill's lumber, the hardwood floors, the beams, and they repurposed it. And look what Chronicle Millworks is offering, right? Some reclaimed wood from the mill. So if you go to chroniclemillworks.com, you can see what they've got to offer. Chronicle Millworks with this lumber that was reclaimed from the old Chronicle Mill. Because you'll see a sign when you're driving through Belmont that says the Chronicle District is that way. And so I think it's brilliant that this gentleman is repurposing all of this wood. But back to the dirt. So you want to relocate to Charlotte. We have a lot of interest in this. And by the way, if you want to go to the Jonas Brothers dad and mom's restaurant, that's called Nellie's Southern Kitchen, NSK. Downtown Belmont has just is vibrant. I love downtown Belmont, Stowe Park, and then you can go not far from there to the Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens. They've got some great stuff at Christmas, great lights. I mentioned Mr. Kramer right next door, Kramerton. And then you go up to McAdenville. That's where the Christmas lights are. You'll wait in line for miles just to get through downtown McAdenville. But is it worth it? Oh, yeah. Ask anybody that's been. So now if you're interested in 55 plus, now if you own a home here in the greater Charlotte area, I've got a great team of 5 agents that can help you list and sell your home now and help you transition to this Webb Carolina Riverside if you like. I'll keep you updated. Please call me and connect with one of my team members. Even if you're from out of town, we do a lot of business with people relocating from out of town. Why? Because the grandkids moved here with their parents. They kidnapped your grandkids. Tisk, tisk. Well, I'll help you spoil your grandkids. Last night, my great-granddaughter was over, and we were playing some of the games I love to play with little kids. And I had her laughing and playing ball with Jude, and it was really, really fun. So, guys, my name is Roger Holloway. You've probably found me on YouTube, and I would love to hear from you. Subscribe, like, share, you know, stuff the kids do. But couple it with a phone call. Tell me your story, and let me connect you. So before you sign up on any of these builders' websites, please connect, and we'll keep you in touch on how everything's going. 704-345-3400. Bottom line on this Webb Carolina Riverside update in Belmont, right next to Cramerton, North Carolina, on the west side of Charlotte. Again, the Catawba River, I started to go there, runs down, but this is on the South Fork of the Catawba River, and it runs right along the riverside. Stick around at the end. Denise and I took a drive to show it to you. One of my partners, Denise O'Farrell, and it's going to be magnificent. 704-345-3400, and I'll see you in the next video.